Certainly one indication of what is headed our way would be the number of cancellations scrolling across the bottom of your screen right now.
Another Thursday morning storm, another impact to the morning commute. This one's going to be a little bit different in that it won't be pure snow though, and the weekend one won't be either. So get used to hearing about some sleet, freezing rain, and maybe even a little bit of rain in addition to the snow. Winter storm warnings up over far northern Maine. That's where it will be all snow, and in some cases up to a foot of snow will fall by tomorrow night in the county. The rest of us have a winter weather advisory for snow that will change over to an icy mix during the day tomorrow. It's cold out there now, and the situation going into tomorrow is that the ground likely stays cold, but it will begin warming up in the clouds, and that can melt the snowflakes before they hit the ground. If they refreeze before they hit the ground, that's sleet or an ice pellet. And if it falls all the way to the ground as rain, then you get freezing rain if it's still below 32. And there might be a little bit of that tomorrow. Looking off to the west, this is the storm system coming through, actually a severe weather outbreak in the deep south. So quite a bit of moisture all headed our way. This is midnight tonight. At that point, most of the state is still dry, but it's snowing over in western Maine and New Hampshire. This snow will be fairly slow to move in tonight. I think that in central and western Maine, there will be snow covering the ground by 5 or 6 in the morning, but in eastern Maine it may not begin until about 7 or even 8 o'clock over far down east. So slow to move in, but once it does, it's cold, and it will be a snowy morning commute in most of the state tomorrow. As we go through the late morning though, that changeover to maybe a little bit of sleet or perhaps plain rain right at the immediate coast will likely happen by midday, still snowing farther inland and north, and then this begins tapering off in the afternoon, but it's going to be quite cold, especially inland. So it'll be tricky getting around even into part of the afternoon there, and it keeps snowing up north until tomorrow evening. That's why the most snow will be up there. So 6 to 12 inches far north, 3 to 6 inches of snow for most of us everywhere else, perhaps a bit less over York County. If the sleet comes in sooner, we'll be closer to the 3-inch total. If we get an extra hour or two of snow, be on the upper end of that range. After this pulls away, Friday is sunny, but it's a windy day. We'll have gusts on Friday that'll be 30 to 40 miles per hour. And then the next storm moves in over the weekend. Time for Saturday night into Sunday. It will begin as snow, but again, we're looking at a setup where we'll likely see a changeover to sleet and or freezing rain. The biggest question for Sunday is, do we see more sleet or do we see more freezing rain? Because freezing rain can cling to everything, and if that's the case, we would have to at least entertain the idea of some power outages on Sunday. So we're hoping we see a little more snow and sleet than freezing rain. It's just too soon to tell. Seas tomorrow, 6 to 9 feet out on the water. So a snowy morning commute tomorrow, and then a change over to a light icy mix, and during the afternoon this all tapers off. Chilly and breezy for Friday, and then over the weekend clouds increase with snow developing Saturday night. Snow and ice likely on Sunday. I think we'll have more information on that tomorrow once this first system goes by, but we could get several inches of snow with ice on top of it on Sunday, which would be great.
Okay,
yes.
Brian, thank you.
You're welcome.